What's going on, everybody? This is Pac-Man Jake, back with another video, giving you guys the preview of the NFC Championship game in which our Green Bay Packers will be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday, January 24th, 3:05 Eastern Time on Fox. This NFC Championship game could be one for the ages. We got two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the game. They will lead their respective teams into this hard-fought contest in the cold, frozen tundra of Lambeau Field with potential snow in the forecast. You know, we got a lot of things to cover in this video, but first things first, let's backtrack to how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got here. They beat the New Orleans Saints in the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans by a score of 30-20, in which that game was a very even game to start out for the most part, with the New Orleans Saints with a slight edge before Drew Brees threw one of the first of his three interceptions, and then that turned the tide a little bit for the Tampa Bay Bucs and what they were able to do, and that got their offense going, in which the Tampa Bay Bucs offense was able to score the majority of their points off turnovers, and then there was four total turnovers, 3 interceptions by Drew Brees, and then 1 forced fumble. That play was made by Antoine Winfield, the rookie free safety. Very good play by him. That Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, enforcing 4 turnovers, was the key factor in Tampa Bay being able to come away with this victory and pull off somewhat of an upset in New Orleans, Louisiana. Now I'd like to go in and talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, in which that defense is loaded. That defense is absolutely loaded. It has playmakers just about everywhere on the defense. It starts with the defensive line, which you have the likes of Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, the big run-stuffing nose tackle, just got activated off of injured reserve and will likely be able to play on Sunday. And then you got, at your linebacker position, you got Shaq Barrett, you got Jason Pierre-Paul, two fierce pass rushers that have been very great in being able to get pressure, and they were able to get pressure and send pressure into Drew Brees' face throughout most of the contest. And then for the inside linebackers, you got the underrated Levante David, and then you have Devin White, who got one of the interceptions. And then you have a very underrated secondary, which you have a nice trio of cornerbacks, second and third year corners in Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, and Sean Murphy Bunting. All three of those corners are very good. They're very underrated what they do. So it's a very good all-around group on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Their offense, as you know, is led by Tom Brady. They have a great well-rounded group too. You have Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette at running back. At the receivers, we know what we have there: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown. It's a very deep group. They're also very deep at the tight end position as well, with Cameron Brate and Rob Gronkowski. So on paper, this looks like Tampa Bay is going to be very tough to beat. However, the Green Bay Packers are also very deep. Starting with the Green Bay Packers offense, which is the best at scoring points, has been tremendous and has gotten hot at the right time, and it's gotten hot in the cold, in which this Green Bay Packers team will have to be flaming hot in the cold, going up against the hot-weathered Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. I know a lot of people would like to go back to the Week 6 matchup we had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was in the comforts and the warm weather of Tampa, Florida. This time, Tampa is going to come up here to Green Bay, to the cold weather, with some potential snow on the ground. And I'm fairly confident that the Packers are going to be ready for Tampa Bay this time around, whereas last time, I don't think the Packers were really quite ready for what Tampa threw at us. I mean, the pass protection was really bad, and Aaron Rodgers had an uncharacteristically bad day. He was sitting back in the pocket too much. He was sitting back in the pocket, held onto the ball too long, trying to wait for some receivers to get open, and unfortunately took a couple of sacks in that game. And then there was the uncharacteristic pick six, which almost seldomly ever happens with Aaron. And then it started to spiral downward from there on after a very fast start, in which the Packers were up 10-0 in that game, by the way. just in case if people have forgotten that, the Packers looked like they were the better team going into the contest until that pick six, which swung the momentum Tampa Bay's way, and that's what transpired afterwards. And then Tampa Bay did what they did on offense. They were able to score points off the turnovers, and that is the big main factor of why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won that game. Packers just didn't really have it. They didn't really bring their A game. That was the result that we saw from the 38-10 whipping in Tampa, Florida back in October. But this time around, you guys, it's going to be different. I feel pretty strongly that Matt LaFleur is going to have his guys ready. We are going to use that three-headed monster at running back this time with Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and hopefully A.J. Dillon if he is healthy enough to go. And hopefully he will be a key factor in being able to pound that rock through that Tampa Bay Buccaneers wall of a run defense, and we can establish the ground game, making it easier for Aaron to set up the pass and chuck that ball all over Lambeau Field. The key factor in this is don't turn the ball over, because I think the team that is most likely to win the turnover battle will likely wind up winning this game. I have my NFC Championship game predictions video coming out on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think about this upcoming game in the comments. I'll catch you guys later for another video. Go Pack Go!